Vader had a lot of time to think in between what he did at the time of Order 66 and decades later, now that he was completely paralyzed by Darth Sidious, who destroyed him with a flick of his finger, using only the Force and nothing else. Sidious punished Darth Vader for having forgotten his place, leaving the handmaiden to live, leaving others to survive just in order to get to Luke Skywalker. Palpatine basically branded Vader as a traitor, and now he wanted to teach him a lesson that apparently Vader had forgotten. To do this, Palpatine destroyed Vader mentally and physically. First, with using the Force, he crushed his limbs, all but his right arm, and sent him to Mustafar, forbade him from using the Force as he now started fresh again. One thing that we missed in that comic are Darth Vader in relation to the younglings, his thoughts, and what he now thinks about that time more than 20 years later. In this comic, I theorize that it is possible for Anakin to have executed Order 66, killed many younglings except for one. This question has to be answered. How did Grogu survive Anakin's onslaught, Vader's onslaught inside the Jedi Temple? And this comic might give us an answer by watching Vader's face when he is telling Sidious that he has killed all the younglings. We theorize that this might have been a lie after all, after what was revealed to us in The Mandalorian. Issue number 7 clearly tells us that Vader was left traumatized by killing younglings, and the answer to Grogu's survival might have been Anakin's hesitation to do the last deed and kill Grogu. Now, issue number 7 came out, and in that time, we talked about Vader not only walking in lava, but as Ochi of Bestoon, the Sith assassin sent by Palpatine himself, was pursuing Vader, he was not fazed by this assassin. This was the power of Darth Vader. But I truly believe that even though we see comic book Darth Vader at his fullest, he is always all too powerful and at times looks undefeatable. Human Darth Vader, as he was before he suffered his injuries in episode 3 while he executed, of course, Order 66, there is a reason why Anakin with a battalion of clone troopers destroyed an entire Jedi Order, a feat that could not be done thousands and thousands of years in the making. Everybody tried, but they just couldn't. Defeating a Jedi Master alone was a hard feat by itself. Destroying an entire Jedi Order was something altogether, and that's what the original Darth Vader was able to do. Again, we cannot negate the fact, but the clones can only do so much. We all know that without Darth Vader, things would have not panned out for Palpatine if he just used the clones. So with this in mind, the future Emperor sent his new apprentice Darth Vader to destroy the Jedi and kill everybody. As we see in the first panel of issue number 7, Palpatine even asks, did he kill all of the Jedi, even the younglings? And Vader answers with all of them. Even though we see the innocent face of Anakin, right now he is turned into Darth Vader. What's worse, not only has he accepted his role as Darth Vader, but he has just done committing the worst act he could have ever done in his life, which is executing Order 66 and killing even the youngling. As Vader said, all of them. So the regretful nature of Darth Vader decades later can be seen in his mind. He remembers that day as none other. We're gonna compare Vader relaying the information that he destroyed the entire Jedi Order, even the younglings, his face in comparison with him killing the Separatist Council later on. In this panel, it shows Sidious sending his new apprentice, Lord Vader, to finally bring peace to his empire. And that meant journeying to Mustafar and destroying the Separatist Council. There inside, Darth Vader can be seen entering the chambers where Gunray welcomed Lord Vader. His face at that moment, you can see that he is not regretful in him finally killing the Separatist Council. They were really his enemies even when he was a Jedi. Everybody was destroyed together with the Council and their army. You can see it in his face. He is angry, and yet regretful at the same time, not because of the Separatist Council, but above his head you can see the younglings that he had just killed. His mind is still haunted by those children. If you see his face killing the Separatist Council, in the first panel where Darth Vader informs his new master that he had just killed the younglings, you can see it in his face. His eyebrows are twitching. He doesn't have that evil look that he later adopted. At that moment, he is distraught, he is traumatized, and he cannot even bring himself to speak of the horrific acts he had just done. The moment Palpatine asks, did he kill all of the Jedi and even the younglings, he gets flustered and he is at the brink of shedding a tear. Again, just look at this face. This is a face of regret. This is a face of I cannot go back after what I have done. And it was perfectly aligned with Darth Vader on Mustafar struggling to even move. He remembered those moments at this specific time because he never really confronted what he did. At the end, I truly believe that Vader regretted everything, that his life in servitude to Sidious was a waste of time. Sidious went on to punish him over and over, and Vader felt in the same maze that he was with the Jedi. He was not being appreciated and he was being undervalued. He essentially escaped the Jedi Order because of that, and now he was suffering the same fate again. But the regret especially yields from him killing the younglings. And issue number 7 does its best to showcase that, to show not only the sins of his past and everybody else he had killed, but every time he talks about the younglings, his face is visible. He is regretful. He was regretful back then as Anakin/Vader. He is regretful now as a half-man, half-machine, broken-down human who cannot even move because the master who had originally sent him to kill those younglings now does not even value him at all, and worse, wants to kill him. I believe Vader cannot help but think, what was this for in the end? He seemed to have made the same mistake twice in his life, back to back, leaving his mother on Tatooine and joining the Jedi Order, which he ultimately regretted, and joining the Sith, which of course led him to be completely disassociated with anything with humanity. He just lost himself in evil, and anytime he would think of Order 66 and those younglings, he would just be stunned. Issue number 7 showcased that perfectly and showed with symbols, not with words. They simply showed Vader's face. And if this is not a face of a person who regrets everything he has done, then these comics should just stop printing, because the comic books in and of itself add so much value to it. That's why I love them. That's why I cannot wait for their release, and I truly love them, because outside of the movies, the comics are the perfect arena for showcasing these types of small details that you otherwise would have not known. Guys, let me know what you guys think as well down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you can have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you until then.